So then we said, well, let's walk into Lyons
and see what was really going on.
So we bring our backpacks, we get all our rain gear.
I remember as we're coming down 36, I stepped off to the side of the road around the fence at Planet Bluegrass and just looked at the front gate, and there was, vans and golf carts that were completely underwater, floating around on their sides, and you couldn't see land anywhere. It was unbelievable.
By the time we got to Planet Bluegrass, we weren't even talking. I was shaking. It was unbearable.
And we look over and there's a big power transformer that was just like shooting fires,
all these little electrical fires. And we thought, wow, we really need to tell someone.
I get all freaked out and I'm thinking, well, we should tell somebody about this.
And so we walked down a little further and there's a sheriff.
I go tell her, there's this transformer over here that's going to explode or something. I mean, it is like seriously shooting some fire out. She just goes,
that is that's the least of our worries right now. We're trying to rescue people. We're not even worried about fire, and you guys need to get somewhere.
So I just keep on walking, and every 2 inches you can stop and stand for hours and just try to take in how different everything is all of a sudden.
And now you can see my neighbors a half a mile down the river. I can see their house. So I've never seen their house before. So there's been a clearing out. One of the ones immediately downstream is now just a foundation. It's completely gone. And below that, another 100 yards below that is another house that's completely gone. And all of the houses that I can see from here have been flooded and they're unoccupied at the moment. Lots of the frame of reference that you see when you move around out here has disappeared. It's gone downstream. Probably millions of tons of material were excavated out of here just within the space of a day.
When Mother Nature hits like that and with such force, our perceived state of normal just is void. There is no normal anymore because we've based it around something that has been ripped apart.
And then all of a sudden it was choppers and just big trucks full of people just carting them out. And
you're looking, you're where's the information? What's the plan? It just doesn't exist. There's no lines of communication. There's no way to check the news. All those options are out the window.
Right as we got into town, the woman who owns Steamboat Natural Foods was unlocking her doors, and
I saw the lady reach up and turn the sign around to open. And I was like, oh, you're searching for anything that's normal. You're like, oh, the store's open. Let's go to the store. We walk in and it's just, she's such a sweet lady. And this just blew me away. I walk in and she's sitting on a cooler at the front of her store, head in her hands, with just 50 plastic grocery bags.
And she said, please take my produce first, take everything that's going to go bad. And then she said, take whatever you need. She's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. No one knows what's happening, but everybody needs food and supplies, and we're on our own here.
She would absolutely not accept any money. I was in tears over, I'm walking around a store that I shop at a few times a week and just in the dark. We spent quite a while in town before going back because everyone was just kind of wondering and nobody had really heard from us. And so, it was every face that you saw in town that you hadn't seen yet, you just ran up to each other and hugged each other because you were glad you were alive.
No one was running around freaking out. It was a very interesting approach to what was happening. A lot of acceptance and just a lot of gratitude that we had all kind of made it out and been able to meet up there. and share our stories. So getting together with our friends and, you know, everybody that we knew there was a really powerful experience. And it really kind of bonded people at an even deeper level than people were bonded before in Lyons, which was pretty deep.
We're all touched by the human condition, and there's no one that has gone unaffected. There was no one that has not cried spontaneously because their friends are hurt and broken. They aren't in their homes.
I mean, there's so many stories of just heroism on so many levels, you know, during, directly after, and even still, you know.
We were very lucky.
We were very fortunate. Yeah, absolutely.